Hello, everyone, and welcome back to One Half Podcast. I'm sorry, I forgot the name for a second. It's been a while.
It's
I'm
been a
Fire.
while.
I'm Fire Princess Lily, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend World Eater Viv.
Hi.
How you doing, Viv?
I exist.
Don't we?
Uh, and that's weird, right?
Right.
Like, it's been a difficult summer to exist.
Oh, you're not kidding. Um. So where have we been? Well, the world's on fire.
How about yours?
The world's ending, and then I was busy. Viv was busy. Viv was sick. Um, and yeah, it just like it's, and we've been trying to get this episode recorded for a couple weeks,
Yeah.
but we're doing it. Like we're here. Let's do. I mean, well, first of all, what have you been up to since the last time we recorded?
Oh gosh, how do you remember when that was?
No, so just give us like a good. I think the last time we talked, the very last time we. Actually, you know what? I can find out real fast, real
Yeah,
fast.
you you uploaded it.
2 months ago.
Okay. In the last 2 months, let's see. I've been real sad about not being able to see my friends. I've
Oh, pain.
I played so much Animal Crossing that I burned myself out on Animal Crossing finally. I started playing a Digimon game on my Switch, and the translation on that is constantly misgendering my female protagonist now
Oh,
that we're about halfway through,
yuck.
right? And I just last week, no, not even last week, just on Tuesday, I got Kingdom Hearts the Story So Far collection, and I've been playing the first one for the first time.
How's that going?
It's going all right. I'm in the Aladdin zone.
Hey, you got through Wonderland. A lot of people get stuck there.
I did cheat on that.
I mean,
Uh,
lots of people do.
it's called I would never have figured out that I could push the bed.
Right? That game is badly designed, but still lots of fun.
Yeah, I like the atmosphere a lot more than 3, which is the only like main one I've played.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot more Final Fantasy too, which is what people grew up telling me Kingdom Hearts was about. So when I played 3 and there was no Final Fantasy, I was very disappointed.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't know why they decided to do that. Do not. Like that was like the basis of the whole series, and I haven't played anything but Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and 2. So I don't know what's happened with all the like other in between games. Maybe there's an explanation for why the Final Fantasy characters were sort of phased out, but they were pretty big in at least 2.
Like in 1, the first character you meet that isn't like the original characters is like Selphie from Final Fantasy 8.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, where'd that go?
Right. Exactly. Ah.
How so how's work?
It's work. I've had to work well, not every single day. You know, I only have a 5-day work week. But the whole time the rest of the country has been kind of shut down, I have not been. And it is stressful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
At
Wifey's
least,
been working hard.
yeah. At least, at least I don't have to deal with a whole lot of people. So that's kind of nice.
Hmm. Yeah. So, do you want to talk about this episode of Ranma One Half?
Um, well, I mean, sure. I will. I was going to talk about what I was doing for the last 2 months, but
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot. Usually you talk first.
oh, do I?
Yeah.
I've I've like, I guess on the all the other podcasts I do that, and I do where the other person talks first because I have no idea how long I'm going to be talking, so it's just like.
That's fair.
So I've switched that up. Um, what have I been doing for the past 2 months other than working? Watched anime, real
Nice.
good. I started watching. I haven't finished yet, and I know that the final episodes for it are out. My next life as a villainess, all routes lead to doom. It's real gay. It's I mean
Nice.
it's like the protagonist is somebody. It's an who got reborn into a new life, but they're supposed to be the bad guy of like a dating sim game, and
Okay.
instead it's a dating sim game that she's played, and she recognizes, oh man, if I do everything that the game's supposed to do, I'm either gonna die or get exiled, and I don't want either of those. So maybe I'll just like try to fix all the problems that lead to these death routes that I have to go through. And she inadvertently like makes the rest of the cast fall in love with her. All, all the guys, all the girls, they all want to date. They all want to date her. Like, and she's completely clueless about that fact. She keeps thinking
Oh,
that
wow.
that they're gonna like go for each other. So like she's telling the person who's like engaged to her since she was a child, like, hey, if you find another person that you're all into or whatever, go for it, because she's just trying to avoid death.
Right.
And he's like, no, I want you. And it's really good. She's dense, and she's like, she's a dumb bi, I guess is the way to put it, because she's not necessarily lesbian because she has male suitors that she's sort of interested in, but she also has female suitors that she's sort of interested in. So, you know,
Yeah.
can't call her a dumb lesbian because that's erasure. Um, watching a lot of wrestling. I think the last time we really talked about wrestling, Nyla Rose had just become, the champion for AEW as the women's champion. She lost it in her second title defense, which I was super
Aw.
duper
I,
angry about.
I have not been keeping up with wrestling,
Oh,
really.
you're missing stuff.
Yeah.
Um, like the important terrible stuff is that a lot of people are coming out and speaking about the abuse that they've suffered in the wrestling industry, and everything from, this trainer is like real mean, and he like is kind of physically abusive with his students, all the way up to lots of sexual assault, particularly from Joey Ryan, who is a was I should say, because everybody's just cut ties with him,
Oh,
was
fun.
was a very prominent independent wrestler, and he was also on Impact and stuff, and he owned Bar Wrestling. Bar Wrestling is closed. That the website's gone, their Twitter's gone. It's done. Joey Ryan's Twitter is gone. He probably lives at his lawyer's house at this point, because there's like over 20 accusations on Joey Ryan alone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fuck Joey Ryan. Um,
Yeah.
let's see, but positive things happening in wrestling, other than the fact that WWE was very lax in their COVID testing, and now a bunch of their staff and talent has COVID.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Including Renee Young, who is the wife of John Moxley.
Aw.
So this could, which I really hope she gets, better, and I hope that John doesn't catch it, but he could catch it, and then that means that WWE's poor practices will have then affected the AEW roster, even though they're two different companies, because Vince McMahon
Right.
is a shitbag. But positive things happening in wrestling. Brian Cage made his debut at Double or Nothing, and he's an absolute machine. I had never actually seen Brian Cage in a match before, and holy shit. That dude's massive. This last episode, he just was bicep curling a whole ass man.
Oh wow.
He just like had him with both arms and just was doing bicep curls before throwing him over his head. Like, it was ridiculous. And he's supposed to face Jon Moxley in 2 weeks for the title. We'll see if that happens because of the COVID thing. But also as impressively, it's not the main event, but Orange Cassidy has a very serious match with Chris Jericho in 2 weeks. And I could not be more excited.
I gotta watch that. I love Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy's the best. He's been on a roll lately. But it's really good. It's a good feud, and I really hope Orange Cassidy wins. I don't know if he will, but I'm hoping. And then that's kind of just what I've been doing. Anime, work, and wrestling. Boom. All done. We could talk about ramen now.
Yeah, let's talk about anime.
This week we watched P-Chan Explodes, the Icy Fountain of Love. We finally are finishing this really weird, tiny ice skating arc. It only took us 2 months. Yeah.
Or more.
Who knows? I don't know.
I think there was a month between the first 2 episodes.
Oh, there might have been. Dang. Look, everyone, it has been a year.
It's been turbulent, to say the least.
But we open on Ranma. The camera's panning up on him as he's standing in the ice skating ring.
Yes. And Akane.
Oh.
He's looking good.
Ranma's like, Akane is my fiance. If you lay a finger on her, you will die. I will kill you. It'll be done. It'll be me. And Akane's like thinking like, whoa, what the fuck? What is Ranma saying? Like, really? Ryouga as P-Chan, of course, is like, whatever, dude. This guy, whose name I just totally space on, is
Mikado.
Mikado? Yeah, Mikado. He's like, oh, what the fuck ever. Fiance, that is such a tiny little title. That means nothing. And, I'm gonna break it. I want to break your little vow. It's gonna be great.
So the announcer says, oh no, it's the dreaded Couple Cleaver.
Yeah. Azusa gets on top of Mikado's shoulders, and they get ready to set up this attack. I was trying to watch along on this thing, but it is just like, no, it is going badly.
Yeah.
So the Couple Cleaver. So they sorry, I'm trying to remember. They charge at Rama, and they hit him, and he goes in the air, and Azusa like wraps her arm. No, shit. I watched this last week. Yeah, she wraps her arms around his neck, and
Akane gets mad,
and she goes to rush to help Rama.
Yeah, and then that is apparently exactly what they wanted.
That is exactly what they wanted, because that is the bait for the Couple Cleaver, also known as the Goodbye Whirl. As soon as Akane gets close to Rama kind of like grabs hold of her, and then they start getting spun because Azusa still has Rama's legs while she's on top of Mikado.
Mm-hmm. Well, at first, there's a really good scene where Mikado just lifts Azusa, and you can see that he's having to strain because it's a chain of 3 people, and then he puts Azusa on his shoulder.
Right. I'm so sorry. I watched this last week, and then I thought, oh, I can just watch along like I've been doing on some other podcasts. But the thing I was trying to watch along on was not working. So.
Oh no.
Well, it kept wanting to bring up like a million ads every time I tried to click pause, and it's like, that's no good. So. Mikado is now taunting Ranma. He's like, hey, one of you is, you're going to keep getting spun unless you let go of Akane. And that's just what you're gonna have to do. This is how we break up couples, because somebody's got to be jealous in this situation. But Rama's like, no, I'm not gonna let go of Akane. There's no way I would ever let go of Akane. Akane's like, just fucking let me go. This is fine. So she's trying to break herself free. And
Rama's like, gets angry.
he does. He's like, he says that she's too stupid to know what's good for her, which is bad. Absolutely bad. Right. Terrible. That makes her angry.
But then Azusa starts
getting dizzy.
Yeah. And she launches Rama out of the spin. And they go flying into the wall.
They do. But the announcer says, oh my god. They, he's like, whoa, they, like, survived the Couple Cleaver. Mm-hmm. Because nobody's done it before. But Rama, like, as they're flying, he repositions both of them so that he's the one who takes the impact of the wall, which creates quite the crater, which is, standard anime practice. And then he falls right onto the ice motionless. But he never let go of Akane's hand.
Yeah, and the announcer's like, oh, he never let go.
It's really
How amazing.
This is too much for Ryouga, who's been watching as P-chan the whole time. Who he shatters the shackles that was holding him
to the trophy.
The trophy. And then we cut to Mikado, who's announcing that, oh yeah, every bone in Rama's body's got to be crushed. Nothing human could have withstood an impact like that. Like, we've won. We're the best, obviously.
So Akane starts crying. And she's like, stupid Rama, you're a dummy. Dummy. And then Rama finally wakes up.
Yeah.
And is like, you calling a dummy.
You calling a dummy? Could you just be a little quiet? And then he asks her in like a kind of soft but irk tone if calling names is her way of thanking him.
And then she's like, oh, you were faking it, huh?
To which he replies, if that's what she really thinks of him. Rama...
And then...
Oh, go on. Sorry.
Rama, like, jumps to his feet from flat on the ground, which is really impressive. But as soon as he does, there's, like, a wave
of
that dissipates up his body, and he just looks crushed.
I don't think anime really does that much anymore. The whole, I take a step and then my entire outline does a wiggle.
Yeah.
It's really good. So Rama's like... So yeah, Rama flips back up. He's in pain. And Akane absolutely notices. But he's determined to keep fighting. Mikado declares that he's got no intention of allowing Rama to leave at all. And but Mikado is unable to capitalize on Rama being in pain because Azusa has realized that Charlotte, P-chan, has disappeared from the place he's supposed to be. And now she's beating on Mikado to go find P-chan, or Charlotte.
Yes, you gotta help me find Charlotte. That's not the voice at all, but that's how in my head, it would be pronounced if they were speaking English.
Yeah, she says Charlotte, though, a whole lot. Meanwhile, we cut to Ryouga, who's resumed his human form, and he's watching everything happen from above.
Yeah, up in the rafters, and he's, like, got a tarp or something on him to, like, make him all shadowy.
Yeah. He's got a bucket of water, too. Akane pokes Ranma in a particularly sensitive spot, causing him to collapse onto his chest. She kneels down beside him, takes his hand in hers, begging him not to put himself through all this for her sake. And then that's when Ryouga dumps the water, totally wrecking this potential like moment for Akane and Ranma.
Right.
And he leaps down between the two, draping the cloth over all of them, like the tarp he's wearing. And they scuffle in the darkness for a moment. And he's telling Rama to, get out of here while he's a girl.
Yeah, it goes hide in the stands, and it's the classic anime scuffle where it's just like a cloth, and then there's some movement under it, and you can't tell who's who.
Right. So in the shuffle, Ryouga's like, I'm going to take over as Akane's partner, as Akane's partner. It's going to be fine. And he grabs somebody, bundles them up in the cloak, and tosses them off to the side of the ring, only to discover that he did that to Akane, and now Ranma is his partner in all this.
And Mikado sees the pigtailed girl and is like, oh, be still my heart. I love the pigtailed girl so much.
God. Like, poor Akane, honestly. Like,
right?
She's got a bunch of jerks that want to, like, ask her out or whatever, but they also want to ask out Ranma as girl Ranma, like, immediately after, like, declaring their love for Akane. It's weird. It's, like, and they're creeps, and she doesn't want anything to do with them anyway, but it's just like, woof.
Right. It's like, oh gosh. But, let's see.
Mikado comes to, like, reintroduce himself to girl Ranma, and she just punches him.
Yeah.
Boom.
A big flying punch.
It's really
like
good.
He had like a misguided flashback to what didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
But in the first episode, where
he stole the kiss,
was into it. Yeah. But so Rama punches him in the face and is like, no,
I'm not into this. Rama immediately returns to Ryouga's side and gets ready to fight, because he's willing to team up with Ryouga if he gets to, like, beat on Mikado. That's like,
yeah. But like Ryouga's not happy about having to fight with Ranma at all.
At all. It's not what he wanted.
And so he puts Ranma into this wrestling hold. And like squeezes real hard.
Yeah. Trying to, like, because she's still in pain, of course. And he's trying to get her to give up, but and nobody really cares about this, or like notices that Ryouga's talking about Ranma being in the girl form, or that Ryouga's just substituting. Like, they're like, this is fine. They're just upset that the costumes are now tacky.
Yeah, they're like, she's not dressed sexy enough, and he's a nerd.
And he's a nerd. Which, perfect descriptor for Ryouga. He's a fucking nerd. So the fashion club of this high school quickly comes out and fixes the problem in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, of course.
Because I don't know, maybe they know some kind of weird fashion martial arts. Everybody knows some kind of weird martial arts in this show.
Of course. It's a martial arts anime.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ryouga's now dressed in like this green attire of some kind, and girl Ranma is now in a more female-esque skating outfit that is not the same
cute
color and does not match.
No, they don't match at all, but they're both cute.
They're both cute. Yeah, absolutely. So they're getting ready to resume the match, and Ranma's like, okay, well, at least you've, like, improved your skating, right? Have you please, like, at least done that? And Ryouga's like, I spent 5 days just trying to find this fucking place, so no.
Yeah.
And,
Like, none of them are good at skating.
well, Rama at least improved.
Yeah.
And Ryo's like, it's fine, I can stand. Which is, like, good on you, I guess, guy.
Right.
They're arguing, but they get interrupted, like when they notice that Mikado has skated over to Akane and is flirting with her, even though she's not into it at all. And then he kisses her hand, which prompts Ryouga to throw Rama right at Mikado.
Nice. Fun.
Fun.
I love when in this anime someone throws someone at someone else.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I believe he catches her, right?
Yes.
He just catches her. He's like not in phase.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes it clear that she wants to fight him. She wants to like beat his ass.
Right.
Makane's like, you are still hurt. Just drop out and let me and Ryouga handle this. It's fine. And Ryouga's like, yeah, we totally should do that.
Yeah, and then Rama protests and drags Ryouga back onto the ice.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't fight with Akane.
You cannot. She's mine. They don't get too far because Ryouga just fucking falls over, dragging Rama down with him.
And Rama's like, I thought you could stand up.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, but not for very long. But this prompts them to, the golden pair, Azuza and Mikado, to scoop them right up with another goodbye whirl for the couple cleaver.
And Ryouga is trying to force Rama away.
Yeah.
And like punches her out of it.
It's real funny because it's totally different from what Rama had been doing earlier. And it shows that I guess the couple cleaver is absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah. And but this splits them up, and Ryouga lands right next to Azusa, and Mikado goes to where Ranma went flying.
Right.
And Mikado like catches Ranma, and Ranma is pissed.
And she quickly gets out of his grasp.
Mm-hmm.
Ryouga, on the other hand, is got a situation of his own because Azusa, even though she's been kind of shown to be sort of airheaded and a little dumb, she realizes that he is actually P-chan. Or Charlotte. Because she notices the
pink collar.
The pink collar, which nobody else has noticed. Or at least Akane hasn't noticed. Like,
yeah.
So weird.
And Ryouga's like, no way.
No.
There's no way. And then Rama's like, yeah, he's not Charlotte. He's P-chan.
That's good.
And Ryouga gets mad at Rama for that and
tries to attack.
Yeah, so, and that makes Mikado angry.
Right, and so he comes to help Ranma. Ranma doesn't like that.
No. And Azusa doesn't like it either.
Yeah, Azusa trips Mikado, and then hits him in the head with a huge mallet, which shatters the ring, basically.
Yeah, and it's just little icebergs floating around, and they carry Mikado off because, like, he got fucking knocked out.
Mama said knock you out.
So Ryouga and Ranma are trapped on a single piece of ice, and Ryouga is nervous.
Well, yeah. Because if he falls in...
he hasn't been transformed.
Exactly. He falls in, he'll get transformed. Mikado has been carried off the ice, as we said, and then Azusa tries to steal his blanket. He does not want that, of course, and she beats him over the head with a huge chunk of ice.
Yeah. Because, like, she does not want her brother to do anything to her precious Charlotte.
And she wants her Martine, which is the blanket now.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ranma and Ryouga are declared the winners because Mikado is not coming back.
Yeah, and then we cut into, like, the pump room or whatever, where I guess the freezing room. However, they keep an ice rink. Ice goes haywire and explodes, and suddenly there's icy fountains exploding everywhere out of the rink.
Yeah.
And it shoots up pillars, like, which is a common setup in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryouga and Ranma have decided to fight because he's ready. He's ready to just finish Ranma off, and that's when their block of ice that they're standing on goes flying, high into the air too, and out of the building.
Yeah, crashed right through the fucking roof.
Right through the roof.
And then Ryouga doesn't let that even affect his stride. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes in for the fight.
But the ice crumbles under their feet, and they're falling and fighting.
Yeah, they're fighting and falling, and then their skates, like, they skate down a rail like a grind.
Yeah, that's right. They do a sick grind. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then they land up near a pool and start climbing the diving board.
Yeah, still fighting. Akane catches up to them just as Ranma has Ryouga pinned. And she's like, could you guys just tell me what the fuck your deal is?
And Ranma's like, no way.
And then Ryouga cuts him off to resume fighting. And all this commotion causes Akane to fall in the pool.
Well, okay. Well, Ryouga said that he would explain after the fight's over.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But then Akane falls, and
because she climbed up the diving board to find out what the fuck was up with them.
Yeah, and then they realize that, oh shit, Akane can't swim.
Yeah.
So they both rush off the highest diving board, and then halfway through, Rama's like, hey, what's your plan now, Ryouga?
Yeah.
And Ryouga is like, oh shit, I'm going to transform into a pig now.
But they do rescue Akane, and Ranma actually gives P-chan the credit for saving Akane.
Right.
This is when we cut to Azusa, who comes out of the arena looking for Charlotte. Can't find him. But she automatically forgets about Charlotte when she catches a sight of Genma and decides that his name is Oscar, and she just collects him.
Yeah, so in the nurse's office, Akane's friends are like, oh, you found P-chan again. How wonderful.
Yeah.
And then they're like, don't you... Then Rama's like, don't you think you should save Ryouga too? Think Ryouga too? He jumped in to save you. And then everyone's like, where's Ryouga? Guess we better go home. And then it cuts to the final scene, which was Charlotte saying goodnight again to all her friends.
All her friends. And it ends on Genma,
who is dressed up in like a British soldiery outfit with a blonde wig.
And he looks like he's just enjoying himself.
Mm-hmm. He's just there. He's just chilling.
He's shameless.
Yeah. And that's the end of this episode.
That's the end of this episode. Oof,
we did it.
We did it. Yeah. Overall, not a bad episode. Not a lot of lecherous shit. Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
A little bit, but not
Not like it has been like previously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, still not great. But not bad either. I'm glad we're probably never going to see Mikado again. I don't know if that's true.
I really hope we don't.
I hope we don't. Oof. But the next episode is pelvic fortune telling. Rama is the #1 bride in Japan. What? Okay. That's gonna be okay. What? Okay. We'll find out the next time we record. Hopefully we do that in 2 weeks. We're gonna try. You know, that's all we can do.
Try.
So yeah, that's it. I think.
Well,
hey
we
Viv,
got this. Hey.
Where can people find you online if they want to like talk to you about like stuff?
Well, you could go to World Eater Viv on Twitter. Or you could go to World Eater Art on Instagram and hit me up and send me a DM.
Nice.
Yeah. See my new tattoos.
Yeah, you do a lot of them. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me, as always, on Twitter at DatFirePrincess, spelled D-A-T. You can find me on the numerous podcasts I do. I do a couple with a friend called Dr. Sea Monster, one about Studio Trigger and everything they've produced, which was a mistake. I should never have given myself such a task.
Yeah, that's gonna take a while.
I don't think that'll ever be done. Either I'm gonna die or Studio Trigger's gonna go under. One of the two has to happen. But we also do one about Gravity Falls, which is a lot more pleasant because it has an end goal. Hey though, but if you want to like help support this podcast, if you want to like make sure that we continue to like get plays on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast services, you can go to abnormalmapping.com. You can give them a little money. You know, they have a Patreon. I believe it's like Patreon/abnormalmapping. Give them a little scratch. I mean, I know the world is hard right now. I know that you got to take care of yourself first. But if you got any extra money and you feel like you're up to it, go for it. Like, why not? They have a lot of good podcasts, including my favorite from them, which is the Amory Score, which is how I know so much about Coheed and Cambria, even though I wish I didn't. That's my own fault. Yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's all the plugs.
Yeah.
All right. So until next time, which is hopefully in 2 weeks. But until next time, be girl.
Be girl.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.